Today's Express showcases the best Aboriginal arts and culture from here and across the country.
On today's special.
I love how you've captured her just like staring out. I feel like she's staring right at me.
Yeah, I just happened to be, I had my legs. Like,
Talking Sticks, 10 years of talent.
I distinctly knew to be much less angel than Icarus.
Slam poet Zaccheus Jackson.
I never wanted to have to go back and say today is day 4. Today is day 21.
Pow Wow night at the Aboriginal Friendship Centre.
We come here, we dance, we sing, we drum.
Cellist extraordinaire Chris Dirksen. See that and more local expression.
Welcome to our Express special on the 10th Annual Talking Stick Festival. I'm Johanna at the Roundhouse for the photography exhibit. This festival also features dancing, drumming, storytelling, and traditional family events like a powwow.
We come here, we dance, we sing, we drum. We do pretty much anything involved with the powwow culture here on Tuesday nights. This is about bringing families together, and we want to keep our culture strong. Native people only make up 3% of the population, so we try to keep us together as much as possible.
Once a week, East Coast Aboriginal people gather here at the Vancouver Aboriginal Friendship Centre.
Our culture nights are really important because it really brings the people together. It really gives us a sense of culture, something that's missing in a lot of our lives day to day.
It's a chance for people to sell their work, eat a traditional meal, and an opportunity for dancers to practice for powwow country and get ready to compete.
We have all the way from infants all the way to golden age, which we call in the 65 and up. We have dance categories for all of them, even the tiny tot category, 6 and under.
I think my favorite part of the powwow, besides dancing myself, is probably just watching the kids dance.
What I love, it's mainly listening to the drum and being with friends and family, just the community, the sense of well-being, health, a sense of giving back to the community.
And for kids like Takea, the powwow is just part of growing up.
My parents have been bringing me to here ever since I was a baby. It's very special to come here because it's like a place you can go and it's like people will accept you. And it's nice to hear the drums.
And the Aboriginal open door policy applies to all cultures.
I want people to know that it is here and it's available and open for everyone to come in and learn.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
The Vancouver Aboriginal Friendship Centre has a large powwow coming up on February 15th, and everybody is welcome. You're watching our Express special on the Talking Stick Festival. Now, 10 years ago, this event started as a one-day celebration of just close family and friends, and it has grown into a 13-day celebration of Aboriginal arts and culture.
The talking stick is tradition more on the West Coast than it is from where I'm from Alberta. But the talking stick basically is given to some great chief or great person, and it really represents that when you have that talking stick, you have the floor. The festival tries to offer an opportunity for various artists in different disciplines, whether in dance or traditional dance or song or music, theater, that sort of thing, rap, hip-hop.
Looking back, I realized that to stand in silent pride is to honor the brave that paved the way to today with their very lives.
I don't think there's enough opportunities for Aboriginal artists to showcase their work.
Cease to fly and sit with me by the fire.
Join me on the The stumps of life.
I can only dream and try to be like you. Try to learn and understand. Every kind of people got every kind of business. Every man's got a business.
So we're trying to find also people in the communities that can be the curators for their own generation, for their own art practice. We can see that all the hard work of 10 years is really coming into this great, wonderful celebration where we can say, okay, now, everyone, if you want to make art or create art or produce it or present it, we have the opportunity now to help you do that.
Over 50 tribal nations are represented at this year's Talking Stick Festival, and all kinds of amazing and unconventional talent. We're going to hear more from local cellist Chris Dirksen a little later on the show, but right now you want to hold on to your hats and get ready for slam poetry artist Zaccheus Jackson.
I show up for my shift and sure shit I see Chief. Now Chief's what we on the street like to call walking dead, because he's way past crackhead.
This is Zaccheus Jackson, a self-proclaimed slam poet. Today he's rehearsing a piece called Chief about a homeless drug addict he encountered in a park years ago. A man Zaccheus found passed out, face down, in a pool of blood and water.
I had to think about whether or not, what do I do? I mean, this guy's lived a pretty terrible life. He's old, he's living on the street still at 65. Do we just kind of let him go? I mean, he's knocked himself out. He'll drown in a couple of seconds, or do I run up there and I save him?
That's what he did, and now that experience is a harsh look at reality in the form of poetry. 10 years ago, Zaccheus found himself in a similar situation. While living in Calgary, a friend turned him on to crack cocaine. One day I realized that about 3 or 4 months later, I'd gotten high I'd smoked crack every single day for the last 3 or 4 months, and that I was an addict. I realized that I needed some, and I remember the very first day that I wanted to go out and buy it myself, and that was the day that I realized that I had a problem. Zaccheus spent time in and out of prison for selling drugs. Then his girlfriend at the time left him. In search of a change, he moved to East Vancouver, but that's where his crack addiction just got worse.
I mean, crack's one of those drugs that fills you with so much energy, and you're so discordant, and you can't focus on anything for any given length of time. And for me, it was my way of not having to focus on my heart, and the fact that I had unfortunately destroyed something that meant something to me.
But he soon found something new inside this East Van cafe a couple of years ago. A literary competition was going on called a poetry slam, and on a whim, Zaccheus stepped up to the mic and told a story.
The arms and back of a man I distinctly knew to be much less angel than Icarus, more Minotaur than Odysseus.
It was a road to redemption. The performance earned him a chance to compete in Vancouver's Poetry Slam finals, coincidentally on his 100th day of sobriety.
As soon as I got off the stage, I got this overwhelming round of applause, and I knew right then and there that I could never lie to them. I could never fall off the wagon and then go back down and say today is day 120. But at the same time, I never wanted to have to go back and say today is day 4. Today is day 21. Today is day 8. I never wanted to do that.
And that's how the power of poetry changed this man's life, an experience he's sharing with youth as part of the Talking Stick Festival next week, because he says it's not about hiding who you were, but upholding who you've become.
Humanity can't afford not to make some change.
I'm Tim Chung in Vancouver for The Express.
Zaccheus is performing at the Britannia Community Centre on February the 8th as part of Tribal Stories. It's a comedy, music, and storytelling event. He's also going head-to-head with our country's best on the Friday show. You're watching The Express, and we have more contemporary dance and one-of-a-kind music from the Talking Stick Festival coming up.
After the break,
that I'm showing sort of fragmented moments of these children's lives. It was to touch
Lara Kramer's Fragments.
It's weighing heavy on me as a child, just knowing this reality of Canadian history.
Singer-songwriter Digga-Wolf.
The language is very important. The language, in some ways, is your culture.
You're watching local TV on The Express.
And I got his hand.